Nonfiction text. Nonfiction text starts with asking and answering questions and looking for evidence. Only difference is this is actual real text. This is nonfiction. You still have the same who, what, where, when, why, how something happens. You will in this one be looking for like which statement or which quote sometimes supports a nonfiction text. But as you move on, you're still going to do the same showing of your evidence. You never get on the computer. Kids should never get on the computer and not write something for their evidence. I ask them to do, for each question, what's the paragraph number, what's the line number, and how do you know? They have to write me an explanation of how they know that is the answer. All right, so moving forward with nonfiction, there is determining the main idea. This is the most important idea that the author wants you to learn, or that the reader should pick up from what they are reading. There will be key details to support that main idea. So when looking for the main idea, look at some good places to start looking. First paragraph, those first few sentences. The last paragraph, a lot of times talks about the main idea. Also, with main idea, it is what is the whole passage is about. Now, you may get some questions that ask you, what's the main idea of paragraph 3? And if you have a question that says, what's the main idea of paragraph 3, then the students will often forget to just go back and read paragraph 3. You need to reread just the piece that it's looking for the main idea of. And then the next section is describing relationships between historical events, scientific ideas. You might see techniques, procedures, time, sequence, cause, and effect. We read about the Mayflower as an historical event. So you will read and determine, why is this event significant? Why is it important? You're going to often see sequence, first, then, next, last, final, things in order, cause and effect. What happens, why something happens. This is where you will also see science experiments that tell you step by step how to do something. The children will be exposed to things like timelines. Could be the timeline of a person's life. It is where you will see things like life cycles. We've done like the life cycle of a frog and how it starts from beginning to end. You will also see recipes in this area. Again, steps and the parts. For example, if you're doing a science experiment or a recipe, you're going to see a list of the things that you need. You're going to see a list of the steps and procedures it takes to do that. All of those are things that you need to we're going to be looking for in nonfiction text. Then you will have RI7 is all about the pictures. What is it that's in the photograph? Pictures, drawing, charts, models, diagrams. They learn what an illustration is. They learn how to use diagrams. And these are all things that will come as parts of nonfiction text. The other part of that is describing the connection. When an author writes something, they make connections between parts of their writing. The sentences within a paragraph connect. There are also, when we make connections between sentences, you will get questions like, what is the connection between paragraph 1 and 2? What is the connection between paragraph 3 and 4? What is the connection between these two specific sentences? How are they similar? How are they different? Are they a cause and effect? Are they a relationship? Is it steps in a sequence, the first thing, the second thing? Does one tell why the next one happens? Those are all connections within nonfiction text. These are all the parts that they'll be asked about in nonfiction.